Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hemispheres Academy. My name is Kent Blakeney, and let me introduce the design team. Leah Evans is going to be presenting on our timeline. Elizabeth Greninger is going to be presenting the mission and vision. My name is Kent Blakeney, and I'll be telling you a little bit about teaching and learning. And finally, Gina Schleman will be talking to us about our governance and structure. But we aren't working alone. Our design team also has about 30 volunteers working with us. I hope you enjoy, and please let us know if you have any questions.
Thank you so much, Kent. My name is Leah, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about the timeline of Hemispheres Academy and how we started. In December, I was marveling at how there wasn't a really excellent option for virtual schooling for the Foreign Service community. I reached out to Trailing Teachers, a foreign service social media site, and posed a question. Have any of you ever thought about starting a virtual school for our community? The response was immediate. I had over 50 personal messages and many comments on the original post. Getting together with many of those people who reached out to me, we started to work to put together a team. We came up with a virtual design team with 4 different areas and over 30 volunteers working to put together a plan for our school. We have been working on that plan throughout January, February, and until today. But we have a strong plan ready to go that encompasses everything that is needed to start a school, thanks to the experience and expertise within our community. And we had many long discussions, often late at night, early in the morning, as we had to deal with different time zones, putting children to bed, full-time jobs, and all of the challenges that come from living through a pandemic. But we managed to get together and have a lot of long conversations, editing each other's documents, working with our large team to make sure that we have the best plan possible. We talked about theory, practice, and potential, and that led to long hours of research and writing to find the best options for our school. In February, we had our draft plan ready to go and started to send it around to the people that we thought would be interested in supporting our efforts. In March, we started giving information sessions to parents and to teachers. We also started to reach out to people who might be interested in working in our school. Now it's April. We have started the pre-registration process on our website, www.hemispheresacademy.com, as we find out who is interested in joining our school, and we are very happy about the responses we have had so far. If you are interested, you can go to the website and fill out that no obligation pre-registration form. In May, we'll have our registration open and ready to go, and we'll start moving forward with getting kids on board and ready to go for an August start. What does the future look like for Hemispheres Academy? We think it looks like a vibrant online community of students and families learning, growing, and connecting across hemispheres. We really hope you will join us.
The Hemispheres Academy vision is to deepen the knowledge and talents of a globally mobile community of learners to find academic success, personal fulfillment, and meaningful connection through an uninterrupted learning experience, empowering them to be global citizens so they can make positive contributions to their families, communities, and the world. At Hemispheres Academy, our mission is to create a student-centered, technology-enabled learning environment in which our globally mobile students and families can engage in a standards-aligned, multidisciplinary, and community-focused learning experience. I imagine you're here at this session to learn more about our school, and I encourage you to think about the core elements captured here in our vision and mission. What resonates with you and your family and your desire to provide an educational experience for your children? Is there something here that speaks to you and encourages you as you embark on the next school year and make a decision for your family? Next, I'm going to speak a bit about the core beliefs that were captured in the vision and mission statements, and we'll be talking about these a little more throughout the presentation. At the top, you see student-centered, an icon that represents student-centered. This is one of our core tenets, and our model revolves around students. We have designed this school and in our programming so that students remain at the center. And we do this in a lot of different ways through our teaching and learning experiences, through our schedule, and through the different interactions students will have not only with their teachers, but with one another. On the left, you see the icon for a computer. This is technology enabled. We believe that technology is a resource for learning, but should not replace teachers or student interactions. We'll talk a little bit more about how that plays out in our model as we go on. Down at the bottom, you see multidisciplinary, an icon that represents multidisciplinary. And in our model, this looks like cross-curricular content, which means that we integrate content across the core content areas and to supplemental content areas so that students have enriching experiences that represent reading, writing, speaking, listening, social studies, science in many different ways throughout their learning experiences and throughout their week. In addition, this component uses a lot of multicultural and cross-cultural activities representing our community that is throughout the world, and making sure that we take advantage of that and allow students opportunities to engage in learning in their home countries, their host countries, as well as their home country of the United States. On the left, on the right-hand side, this icon represents standards aligned. And our school is focused on the Virginia Standards of Learning. We have based on these standards as well as the 21st Century Framework of Skills, and all of our content will be aligned to those two standard systems. And finally, on the bottom right, we have community focus. This icon represents the fact that our community is global, and we really want to capitalize on that and ensure that everyone who is part of our school community is a participant, including students and families. And we will also bridge experiences for our students and families, again, in the host country and back to the United States. So we'll be talking a little bit about these core beliefs as we move on through the presentation.
Hi, thanks, Elizabeth. So I'm going to get into some of the scheduling aspects of Hemispheres Academy. Monday through Thursday, we have 4 components. Your child's going to have a homeroom, core classes, conference time, and specials. And then on Friday, things are going to be a little bit different where we have Hemispheres time. And I'll talk about that in just a moment. You'll notice in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see the Hemispheres Passport. This is a digital or an actual notebook that your child is going to have, which is going to help them to be more autonomous. They're going to put notes, they're going to do graphic organizers, they'll make their goals, they will set an agenda for the day to help them to become more autonomous. At the beginning of the year, we'll focus a lot on setting up their passport for the day, with the goal that all students, by the middle towards the end of the year, will know intuitively to get out their passport and figure out what they're going to do each day. Let's look briefly at each part of the day. The first part is core classes. So these are teacher-led classes that will be either a couple a day or maybe one per day, but your child is going to get instruction directly from a teacher on different aspects of the Virginia Standards of Learning. If for some reason your child can't attend, we will have an asynchronous version of that class where your child can still get the main points and maybe see a video or whatnot of what happened in that class. The expectation is that students would be in these classes with their teachers live on a daily basis. The next part is conference time. And conference time really is divided into 3 different aspects. A child could attend a one-on-one session with a teacher. Either the student says, I need extra help with this part of the curriculum, or the teacher might ask a student to come during that conference time to meet with him or her to apply something that they might have learned or catch up or figure out why they may not be getting access to the content like others might. In this time also, students can work asynchronously, doing their homework, practicing, creating a final project, something like that. And thirdly, the student could meet with other students. They might arrange when they're doing their passports in the morning, they might decide that they want to meet together to work together on some type of project. The next part is specials. And with specials, just like a student in the United States would take art, language, music, PE, we want to provide the same. So your child is going to have access to all of these classes scattered throughout the week. And if your child is participating in some type of extracurricular activity or doing a sport, we want to incorporate our standards of learning into that so that your child can continue to do swim lessons or horseback riding lessons or whatever they might be doing and still accomplish or be a part of the standards of learning. The next part is homeroom. And like all schools in the United States, we think homeroom is super important. This is a time where we can build community through different activities. Homeroom teachers will have a variety of activities. They might be a social emotional learning activity. They might be global citizenship. They might be showcasing a different leader from the United States. Students might do show and tell, things like that. Just like a homeroom in the United States, we'll have the same thing at Hemispheres Academy. And finally, on Fridays, we are going to have Hemispheres time. This is a block of 3 hours where your child will be able to go on a virtual field trip, meet with other students and do a larger, bigger activity, maybe do some type of community service project, something like that. We can also reserve this time if we don't have any school-wide or division-wide or class-wide activities for more one-to-one teacher instruction time or teacher practice time, or students can get together in groups and work on a group project that maybe they were assigned in one of their classes. I want to finish by talking about how, since we are building this from the ground up, one of the things that we are stressing is being multidisciplinary. So we want students to see the connections between the different classes. We might pick a theme like water or something like that, and we'd ask our teachers to incorporate that theme into their classes for maybe 1/4 of the year. And then we might switch to another theme. Or maybe 2 teachers are doing a unit and they decide that they want to match the book that they're reading in language arts with the topic that they're learning in social studies. We're also stressing that each of our units should include some aspect of US and some aspect of the host country. So we're hoping to get all of these things incorporated throughout the year so your child has a better understanding not only of themselves but also of the world. And now I'm going to pass it on to Gina, who's going to talk to you a little bit about the structure of the school. Thanks so much.
I'll briefly review the organizational structure, as well as accreditation and governance. We will have a board of directors made up of the Foreign Service community members and parent members that will oversee the school. The school director will be their chief employee that they oversee and evaluate. And the school director will manage the day-to-day affairs of the school. The director will utilize instructional leads for both the elementary and middle school, as well as a technology lead and an exceptional learners lead. You'll see here that teachers will often be hired and grouped by content area. Those students will receive their cohort level instructor for homeroom and conferring time, as well as Hemispheres time. The use of teachers according to content area will enable a staffing that will provide the flexibility needed to serve students over multiple time zones. It also has the added bonus of providing continuity for students year to year, as students will have adult teachers that will know them from the previous year and be able to provide them support in areas where they continue to receive need. There'll be structured student supports and coaching for students who have additional learning needs. The exceptional learner lead will help identify those. We also will have support identified for students who are gifted or have different types of learning abilities. All staff will be supported with induction and mentoring and comprehensive professional development to ensure that they provide the best possible support to student learning. The technology lead will make sure that all of our programs work effectively and provide troubleshooting where necessary. You'll see that this structure shows grades 3 through 8. This is the initial grade levels that we have anticipated serving with the school, though due to interest, we are now also exploring, including K through 2 in this inaugural pilot year. Accountability and accreditation are very important to ensure that the school has high quality from the very beginning. It also is very important for ensuring eligibility for reimbursement through the homeschool and virtual learning allowances. We will be seeking ASIC accreditation this spring and will have provisional accreditation this summer before the school opens. And then full accreditation will follow shortly after the school opens in September. The Middle States accreditation, which is typically sought by American international schools, is also something that we're seeking, but this process takes 2 to 3 years. So in the meantime, the ASICS accreditation will serve to fulfill that accreditation requirement for reimbursement. We're already in touch with the Office of Overseas Schools and the Office of Allowances to confirm eligibility for the homeschool allowances, and we hope to have a letter available for parents to submit with their reimbursement. Our board of directors have chosen a balanced assessment system that will be utilized to ensure accountability for the school, but also to help provide the best possible instruction. Formative and informative assessments are what will be utilized by the teachers to evaluate student skills and adjust and adapt instruction to meet student needs. Interim assessments and annual summative assessments will help school leadership and governing board understand the progress of the school towards achieving and exceeding standards and help progress monitor performance and improvements towards that goal. The board will have regular reporting at least twice annually, but often more frequently, as is the case with financial oversight, and will oversee a variety of academic and operational metrics. This accountability and accreditation plan, we believe, provides a solid foundation that will ensure viability and high performance for the school for years to come.
I'm really excited about many of the unique opportunities that Hemispheres Academy will provide. I'm mostly excited about our community relations plan. There are 3 parts to this plan. First, we're looking forward to connecting with and building community within the children and the students in our school. We will do this through our specials, music, art, gym, and languages, and within extracurriculars and clubs. We hope to have book clubs, to start a newspaper, and to find ways for children to connect globally and regionally. Second, we're really looking forward to connecting families together as well. We know that family is a big part of a child's experience, and making sure that everybody feels welcome and included will improve the experience children have in their school. We'll do this a number of ways. We'll make sure that we have strong communication from the director, the teachers, and the school. We'll make sure that we have ways to connect regionally and globally through book clubs, meetings, information meetings, and exploring topics that are unique to our community. Finally, we'll make sure that we're connecting with our foreign service and expat community, reaching out to find experts who can share their ideas and their stories with us, finding ways that we can share our story with our community on our website, through exhibits, through conferences, and through presentations. We have a lot of different ideas, and we look forward to sharing these with you. We do understand that as a globally mobile community, there are many challenges that we face that others don't face. Being in transition, there are families who have to move 3 times within 1 year. Evacuations, political unrest, finding yourself stuck at home, being at a post that doesn't have an adequate school. These are all challenges, and we understand them. We're looking for ways to create transition help families as they're in transition so that we can support them with flexibility and collaboration, not just the child, but the whole family. So part of our school and part of what makes us unique is this commitment to our community and to finding ways to connect all across the hemispheres.
Well, I hope you have a better understanding of where Hemispheres Academy started and where we plan on going in the future. If you'd like more information, please visit our website or send us an email. And of course, if your children are interested for next year, please fill out the pre-registration form and we will respond to all inquiries as soon as we can. Thanks and have a great day. Bye-bye.